Can you all hear me out there? Good. Okay, friends, so we'll go ahead and start with reciting the Namo Tassa and the three refuges for those who like to join in that. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Buddhang Saranang Gacchami. Dhammang Saranang Gacchami. Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. Dutiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami. Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami. Dutiyampi Sangham Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. So welcome, friends, to this Wednesday evening Dhamma discussion and meditation practice. I hope you're all able to receive the email I sent out on Monday or Tuesday with the title for this evening's talk and for the attachment, the handout that I sent on the 8 bases of indolence and the 8 bases of energy. Somebody is saying in the chat box that the link is incorrect. I don't know how. Maybe that's why there's only so few people. I don't know what's wrong with the link. Some of you got the link, right? You must have.
Bhante, the link was incorrect. I joined in through the Zoom. There's
Yeah, the Zoom link, yeah.
It's not a Zoom link. It's a click on. You just click on it because the link is not working. The link wasn't working. But I can copy the link now and paste it here.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the last 6. I thought I had changed that actually. That link, I don't know.
Actually, see the link here.
I opened up last week's email because
Yeah,
I
me
tried
too.
this.
Me
one,
too.
didn't work.
I used last week's
Okay,
email
hello,
too.
everyone. Yes, last
Okay.
week's email.
Yeah, my tech expert isn't around anymore. Anyway, so I'm going to put up a share screen with this sutta, and we're going to look at that, and then if you have any questions based on that, then you'll be able to ask some questions. So hope this works. Oh no. I don't know why. It's happened again. Why does that always happen to me? I don't want this. Where's it?
Yeah,
I don't want this YouTube thing on.
if you click on the white area there,
What?
yeah, you got it,
This is the one I want.
right.
This is YouTube. I don't want that on there.
You,
I don't know why it's happened all the time.
you can,
How do I delete it? I mean, I don't want to delete it. I want the YouTube to be on there, but I want this one to be on.
right, you should be able,
I'm sharing the screen with this. I don't want this.
right, should be able to, if you click on that, in the upper right corner,
But I had it on
Bhante, you can click on the tab up there next to the sign in. There is another tab that says LOW September 3rd, June. Yeah, that.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Bhaskar.
It's remote.
Every week there's something,
It's remote tech.
some different.
Remote tech.
Okay, so let's, so this 8 bases of indolence and energy, it's a good sutta to read from now and again. It's in the Anguttara Nikaya, Book of the Eights. Now, indolence, of course, means kind of like a laziness or so now it's addressed to monks, but it could be as well as lay people too. So for you lay people out there, you can just see it as, it can pertain to anybody. There's some work for me to do, but doing it will tire me physically. So I'll lay down, the person lays down without putting forth energy to attain the unattained, to master the unmastered, to realize the unrealized. This is the first basis of indolence. Now, somebody had asked me a question about the meaning of what is the unattained, the unmastered, and the unrealized. Well, basically it means like not having attained any jhanas or not having attained one of the, stream entry or any of the higher stages of liberation. So that's basically what it means. To make, good progress in meditation, to realize those states of meditation that you have not yet been able to reach. And it refers to the states of the jhana or the magga and phala, to weaken the hindrances. So this is the first base of indolence. The second one is, or the person has done some work and they think, I have done some work, but now that's tired me physically. So instead of meditating, well, I'll lay down. So they lay down thinking they're going to get up and they wind up oversleeping and they get up and, oh my gosh, they've got other things to do. So they lay down without putting forth energy to attain the unattained, to master the unmastered, to realize the unrealized. And the third one is, or the person has to make a journey. And they think, I have to make a journey and I'll be tired from that physically, so let me lay down. So instead of meditating, they lay down and without putting forth the energy to attain the unattained and so forth. Or the person has made the journey and they think, I have made a journey and that has made me tired physically, so I'll lay down and, meditate later. So they lie down without putting forth energy to attain the unattained, to master the unmastered, to realize the unrealized. This is the fourth basis of indolence. Or wandering for alms through the village. Now lay people they might not be wandering for alms, but a lay person, let's say just preparing your own meal in the kitchen. But wandering for alms through the village and not getting enough coarse food to eat, the person thinks, I wandered for alms through the village and have not gotten enough food to eat for my needs. My body is tired and unpliable. So I'll lay down without doing the meditation. And he lays down without putting forth energy and so forth. This is the fifth base of indolence. Or wandering for alms through the village and getting enough food, the person maybe gets enough food for the eat, and maybe they've overeaten. I wandered for alms, I've gotten enough food, and now my stomach is heavy and unpliable, like a load of soaked beans. I like that analogy. If you ever know what soaked beans are. Well, I'll lay down, and the person lays down without putting forth energy and oversleeps. Okay. Now the last one is, or there arrives some slight illness in the person. They think this slight illness has arisen and I have some pains, and this is a good reason to skip meditation and lay down. So I'll lay down without putting forth the energy to attain the unattained, and so on. And then the person that has recovered from the ailment has arisen recently from the sickness and thinks, I've recovered from that ailment, I've recently arisen from sickness, my body is still weak and unpliable, so, well, I'll lay down and rest a bit. So they lay down, oversleep, and then, when they get up, they've got other things to do. So this is the 8th basis of indolence. It says, verily, monks, these are the 8 bases of indolence. Now, I'm sure that some of us have been able to relate to some of those verses and why we've delayed our meditation practice and so on. Now, the bases of energy. What are the 8? So basically, he repeats the same sections, but so there is some work to be done, but the energetic person thinks, there's some work for me to do, but if I do it, not easy will it be to fix my mind on the Buddha's message. Well, I'll provide for that, and I'll meditate first to put forth the energy, and then do the work afterwards. This is the first basis of energy. Or the person has done some work, and they think, I have done some work, and I've been able to fix my mind on the Buddha's message. Well, I'll provide for that. And so he doesn't make any excuses, and there and then puts forth the energy to meditate, to attain the unattained, and so on. Or he has to make a journey, and the person thinks, I have to make a journey, and it will not be easy to fix my mind on the Buddha's message. Well, I'll provide for that. So I'll manage my time, and I'll meditate before going on the journey to attain the unattained, and so on. Or he has made the journey, and the person thinks, I have made the journey, and while on the journey I was unable to fix my mind on the Buddha's message. So I'll do that now before getting distracted again. And so he puts forth the energy to attain the unattained, and so on. Or wandering for alms to the village, not getting enough food to eat. I've wandered for alms to the village and have not gotten enough food. My body is buoyant and pliable, so I'll put forth the energy to meditate even though he didn't get maybe enough food. This is the 5th basis of energy. Or having gotten enough food, he doesn't overeat, so the body gets heavy like soaked beans. He just eats just enough that he needs to be able to remain awake and alert, and therefore puts forth the energy to attain the unattained, and so on. And then the last one, there is some illness, but he doesn't, before the illness sets in greatly, he musters up the energy to meditate. Before that energy might get worse, the body might get worse, to attain the unattained. Or the person recovers from that ailment and thinks, I've recovered from that ailment, but the ailment may return to me. So before it returns, well, I'll put forth the energy to meditate, not make excuses, to master the unmastered, to realize the unrealized. This is the eighth basis of energy. So those are the way that, there could be other situations. Maybe you got a bunch of relatives coming over for some reason and you realize, the relatives are coming over and, there won't be any time to meditate. Let me do it now, before, they get there. Or after they've left. I've been busy with all that, but rather than making an excuse, even though one might be tired, let me put forth the energy. So this is the way an energetic person, somebody who has faith in the Dhamma, and also the enlightenment factor of energy effort, and the right effort of the Noble Eightfold Path. This is the way that we have to, apply the teachings. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen, and you can, you have that attachment with the email I sent out, hopefully, and you can, reread that. So let's see if anything has arisen in the chat. Okay, there's no particular questions on that sutta. So I see a golden hand there from Kim.
Hi, Bhante.
Kim, do you have a question?
Well, yeah, so basically it's just meditate no matter what, right?
Well, it's yes, because we know that, meditation, developing concentration and mindfulness is similar to a muscle. It's a mental muscle, you might say. So it's like if you're trying to gain muscles through some exercise, lifting weights, especially let's say lifting weights. If you stop lifting weights for a while or do repetitions of some exercise or running, let's say you're trying to, run a marathon. If you give up after you delay for a week or two, we know that everything gets weaker again, right? So our muscles, they have to be constantly worked. So the same way with meditation. And, the mind is inherently kind of likes to take the easy way out of things. And so, we really have to, that's where the heedfulness comes in. Last week we had the subject of heedfulness. You all remember that subject, right? So heedfulness or mindfulness, that's where these two sutras really kind of dovetail. It said, we have to have that heedfulness, being heedful when the mind wants to make excuses why it should delay, because, okay, maybe you have a sufficient reason to delay, but then the mind starts delaying again and again and again, and we wind up, not doing it, for the whole day or skipping that period. And maybe skipping one period or two may not be a problem, but, again, the mind is very cunning, very clever in coming up with all kinds of excuses, and before know it, we've missed, 3 or 4 sessions, and then the hindrances start creeping back in more strongly. I'm wondering if any of you out there have noticed that, even in your own practice. So it's interesting, that the Buddha And, these things were going on 2,500 years ago with, people and the monks. And now, even in this day and age, with the more distractions of internet and all these things that are going on, cell phones, the distractions are 10 times more prevalent and at our fingertips than what was going on, back in the time of the Buddha. So, Jennifer, you have your hand raised? You have a
Yes,
question?
Bhante. Good evening, Sangha. What a beautiful material that you gave us to absorb in last week with the appamada. The heedfulness was so helpful. So this week, I read what you sent us, and it struck me as that even when not just in the meditation, but in the thought process of really putting that appamada and that effort into the thoughts, into the wholesome thoughts, and that energy into just guiding the mind, uplifting the mind towards wholesome thoughts, even from the moment I wake up to go to sleep, and integrating it also with all my movements and addressing myself with right speech, though that really requires effort, good effort, because the mind really tends to get cozy when it's comfortable, when it finds a spot that is comfortable or relishes for sensual pleasure, even in that comfort, to just wander away. Because I notice even with me that when I wander away, there is a sense of comfort, distraction, entertainment. So that effort is just so wholesome. The appamada talk was just so really, really helpful. Thank you, Bhante, so much.
Yeah, and even this sutta, it's not just referring to doing the meditation practice, but as you mentioned, it means having that appamada, having that doing the right effort at any time, any time of the day when negative thoughts come up, to make the effort to abandon that unwholesome thought and to substitute it with a wholesome thought, or at least not act upon that unwholesome thought. That's where, the appamada, and that's is not just during meditation, it's during the day, because as I've mentioned before, we create most of our karma during the day, interacting with people, going different places, and our thoughts can come up in just a nanosecond, negative thoughts can arise in the mind. And so without that element of heedfulness and the mindfulness to catch it soon enough, then we then get dragged away into more thoughts, and maybe eventually even leading to a breaking of precept that then we regret. So that's right. This the heedfulness and the right effort, they're always, and that's why, the actual M&Ms, the practice of stopping every hour, is great for that, because it brings all that your Dhamma understanding, back, to perspective in that minute. And then you can realize, oh, in that last hour, what did I do? I slipped up, I made some unmindful actions or speech. And so you could then determine to, the determination is also one of the 10 paramitas, the determination for the practice. Yeah. Kim, do you have another question?
Just quickly, I've been really restless lately, so I've been doing a lot of walking meditation, and I'm just hoping that that's not a cop-out of any sort.
Well, no, walking meditation is as long as you're getting benefit, or standing meditation too. Standing is wonderful. Most people overlook standing meditation, but in my retreats and so on, and people who have been, some of my in-person kind of, retreats, I have them do standing meditation, and not just for 30 seconds or 1 minute. You can even do 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Because you're less apt to go to sleep then. So if you're, especially people who have trouble with drowsiness in meditation or too much pain, then practice sitting meditation. Stand up for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even 20 minutes, and then sit back down again. Now, about 20 or 30 minutes is about the maximum you'll probably be able to stand comfortably, because then even the weight of the body on the feet without moving is going to cause some discomfort, but certainly to stand up, because we stand so much during the day too, and because we've never trained ourselves, I can actually practice mindfulness standing. We don't practice it, we won't remember to do it when we are standing, waiting in a line. Like I give the examples, practice the M&Ms when you're standing in line, the checkout line at the supermarket or somewhere else. So letting your eyes run around, just, feel your feet grounded on the floor. Take a few deep, slow breaths. That's the best way to keep your mind in the present moment. Send out metta, to people in that 1 minute. So yeah, standing and walking, but we need to practice it in all 4 positions, because in the sitting, actually that's good, because to endure pain and endure the restless mind, but not give in to it, also creates a strong mental power. Or think about the Dhamma. If you've got a lot of wandering thoughts, take a topic of the Dhamma and run it through your mind over and over again, and contemplate it. So we have to substitute just restless or unproductive thinking with thinking about the Dhamma. That's part of right thought, and it's also part of the investigation of Dhamma. Any other questions? Kat?
Hi, Bhante. Can I also ask for this this procrastinating? Like, I don't know. I also have a problem. Like, I keep delaying until to the last minute. On my job, I know there are things to be done. I do it. I don't delay anything. But on my personal things, like if I have no pressure, so I just doing things that are not so important. I keep pushing the things that I have to do. I don't know, is there the same solution can be applied to that one?
Yes, because when you procrastinate, then there's going to be always something else that's going to follow that. And we keep making it a habit of delaying, putting off the unattained, what we're just going through, in this sutta, having, and also contemplate death, or the fact that right now you might have health, and you have the strength to meditate, but once you get sick, or death can happen too. I mean, mindfulness of death is a very powerful motivator. But we always think, oh, death's not going to happen to me. I'm still young, all these things. But look, there's so many examples of hundreds and thousands of people that, die every day that think they would have been lived for many more years, and they're dead already from any kind of, so many accidents, and you don't know what kind of a hidden genetic thing you might have deep inside that comes out, and then so that is also can help to motivate you. But most people don't believe that they're going to die. That's the problem, because they haven't. That's why awareness of death meditation is one of the powerful meditations. And think about all the people that, were going to do all these things before they died, and then they died and they couldn't do them.
Mm.
But especially with developing our mind.
And also is the ADHD. ADHD is very popular right now. A lot of people claim that they have ADHD, the attention deficient.
I think they use that for an excuse, I'm sure there may be some reality, but if you keep on using that as an excuse, even though there may be something to it, it still puts this little defeatist attitude in the mind. The same way as thinking, oh, I'm too weak, sometimes when I was a young monk in Sri Lanka, and they made you meditate after a big meal of rice and curry, hot spicy curry. And if you ever had big plate, and because they don't eat at night, sometimes they don't only have one meal, then eat a lot, and then you really feel like drowsy, your body's on fire, and you want to go to sleep. But the teacher used to force us to meditate right after lunch, and we battled sleepiness, but just determined. I just kept on thinking about the Buddha's, advice, and just sort of powered through it. And at some point, I could break through this dense cloud of sleepiness, break through that into this a very expanded and light and open awareness, and it surprised me too. That I could do that. But people, normally they just want to give in to the laziness. And think that they can't do anything. That's why the right effort is important.
Thank you, Bhante.
You're welcome. So, any other questions? And if not, we can go ahead and take a short break, few minutes, and then come back and have maybe a longer session of some yoga. And doing yoga exercise before meditating also is a good way to overcome tiredness, and to relieve any, sort of blocked energy, get the energy flowing. So that's why I always, have people or advise people, lead people through that, just before, they sit to meditate, because then, they don't have to struggle so much, trying to focus their mind, because, all the yoga is about centering the attention in the body in the present moment, feeling those those life force vibrations of doing this, the breathing and the stretching. So that's really where meditation starts anyway, or at least gets deeper. Okay, so I'll go ahead and take a few minutes and then come back with the yoga followed by the meditation. Okay, see you back in a few minutes. Okay, friends, so let's stand straight. Relax your arms at the sides. Feel your feet pressing the floor. Close the eyes. Feel your eyes in the sockets. From that point on the eyes, feel the outline of the standing body, the sense of the head on top, arms at the sides, feet pressing the floor, clothing touching the skin. And then begin some deep, slow breathing. After breathing in, hold the air in the lungs for 2 or 3 seconds. Squeeze all the oxygen out of the lungs into the bloodstream. Feed all the cells of the body. Just take a few deep, slow breaths like that, cultivating this mindfulness of breathing in, letting go of the past and future. Hold the breath. Breathing out, standing here and now. Breathing in, letting go of the past and future. Breathing out, standing here and now. And the next in-breath, raise the hands over the head, interlock the fingers, turn the palms up, straighten the arms, stretch the head back, feel the sensations. The out-breath, release the fingers, arms back to the sides. Feel the air going out as the arms come down. Again, in-breath, up. Stretch up, bend back a bit. Feel the arch in the spine. Out breath. Once more, in. Stretch, hold it a little longer. Bend back. Out breath. Feel the last bit of air go out as the arms come down. Just relax. Close the eyes. Just feel the increased sensations in the outline of the body. Just remember standing, standing. Okay, on the next in breath, lift up on the balls of the feet, raising the arms up like this, facing the palms toward each other, stretch up, keep the balance. Out breath, come back down, arms to the sides, feel the air going out. Use the in breath to help lift up the body. Stretch. Out. Once more in. Stretch. Out. Close the eyes, relax. Keep feeling the body, don't let the mind wander. Just remember standing, standing, standing. And next we'll do the side bending using both arms. On the in breath, raise both arms up. And keep your fingers and arms straight, close to your head. On the out breath, bend over the right side. Feel the stretch in the side. In breath, lift up. And bend to the other side, out breath. In. Keep alternating sides with the breathing, out breath. Once more to each side. On the out breath, lower the arms. Close the eyes. Keep feeling the body. Head on top, arms at the sides. Clothing touching the skin. Feet pressing the floor. Just letting go of your thoughts. Remember standing, standing. Feel that increasing life force vibration. Clothing touching the skin, subtler sensations under the skin. Okay, next we'll do the squatting or knee bending. So on the in breath, you can lift up on the balls of the feet while raising the arms up front for balance. And on the out breath, bend the knees, lower the body down, balancing on the balls of the feet if you can. Come down as far as you comfortably can into the squatting position. And take a deep breath to feel the muscles in the legs, pushing the body up, all the way up on the toes. Again, out breath. In. out. In. The out breath, relax. Feel the increased heartbeat, other pulsations. Let the heartbeat slow back down. Feel all the different sensations, itchy, prickly sensations, clothing touching the skin. More sensations you can notice, less chance for your mind to get carried away in thoughts. Okay, now spread the legs apart, about 3 feet, wider the better. Hold the arms out to the sides. We'll do the twisting from right to left to give the spinal column a lateral twisting to help loosen them up. So breathe in. On the out breath, twist to the right. Let your feet turn a little bit. Keep your eyes focused on the hand going back. In breath, back to the front. Let your feet turn with the body, then twist to the left side with the out breath. In breath to the right, back to the front. Just keep alternating sides with the breathing. Out breath. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Come back to the front, lower the arms, relax. Close the eyes. Feel each foot pressing the floor. Keep feeling all the increased sensations. Maybe some aches or pains. Now place the hands together at the chest. The in-breath, hands over the head. On the out-breath, hands to the chest, bend your knees, lower down. Feel the stretch in the hips and knees. Try to keep the back upright. In-breath. Just all the way back up, hands over the head. And out breath, try to come down a little farther. In. Out. In. Out breath. Close the eyes. Keep feeling the whole body. Each foot pressing the floor, arms at the sides, clothing touching the skin, head balanced on top, eyes in the socket. Should be able to feel all those parts of the body just within a 1 or 2 second glance. They're all right there in awareness. Body-centered awareness. The natural resting place for consciousness. Now bring the legs together again. So we'll do head turning from right to left. The in-breath, turn the head to the right. Try to look over the right shoulder. If you have a stiff neck, just be careful. Out breath, turn all the way back to the left. And look over the left shoulder. In-breath, right. Out left. In right. Left. Once more to each side. On the in-breath, let the head stop in the center. Keep feeling the body. Okay, we're going to do one last exercise, the backward and forward bending. Just be careful with the back bends, not to bend back too far, especially if you have a stiff back. Anyway, so turn the palms outwards so the little fingers touch together. On an in-breath, raise the hands up level with your eyes, then begin spreading your arms out to the sides as you bend back on the out breath. Keep your eyes open. Look at the ceiling. On the in-breath, carefully straighten up. Keep the arms out at the sides. And on the out-breath, lower the arms and hands down towards the floor. Try to keep your legs straight. Let the little bones in the lower spine stretch out. And begin lifting up. Turn the palms outward again. In breath, raise the hands up. Out breath, spread the arms out to the side, bend back. In breath, lift up. Out breath, the downward stretch. Here, come down a little more. In lifting up, turn the palms outward, again in breath. Out breath. In breath, lift up. Third time, try to hold the downward stretch longer. Feel all the sensations in the back of the legs and spine. Bend your knees a little bit. Carefully lift up. And on an in-breath, bring the hands together at the chest. And the out-breath, arms to the sides. Feel the whole body vibrating, pulsating with activated life force. Start to feel that as a healing energy permeating, saturating all the cells and tissues of the body, mind, nervous system, present moment, healing awareness. Be aware of standing. Okay, so now mindfully come back to your seats. Get ready for the sitting. So get comfortable in the sitting posture. Try to sit straight. And establish or feel the natural inward curve of the lower spine. And feel the head balanced on top. Try to find the center of gravity of the head and the spine over the hips. That tipping point where you can either tip forwards or backwards. And close the eyes and try to fix that feeling, mental outline of the straight posture in the mind's eye. Try to feel the outline of the sitting body, the head balanced on top, the arms and hands at the sides. Feel your hands and fingers touching together, or where they touch your leg. Feel the clothing touching the skin. And feel that inward curve of the lower spine. Feel the buttocks pressing the seat. Feel the way your legs are bent, the feet tucked underneath the body or where they press the floor. Just try to hold that outline of the sitting body in the mind's eye. Then begin some deep, slow breathing, if you know the three-part breathing. After breathing in, hold the air in the lungs for 2 or 3 seconds to help squeeze out all the oxygen out into the bloodstream. And feel the relaxing contraction of the out breath. Mind relaxing into the present moment. And then the next in-breath, let's try to do several more deep, slow breaths like that, centering the mind and the breathing body, cultivating this mindfulness of breathing in, letting go of the past and future. Hold the breath a second. And breathing out, sitting here and now. Breathing in, letting go of the past and future. Breathing out, sitting here and now. Breathing in, feeling the whole body. feeling the whole body. Now we're going to count the breaths from 1 to 10, develop a more continuous concentration on the breathing. I'll do the counting for you. Just try to follow that with your breathing and concentration. So with the next expanding in breath, mentally count to 1. Hold the breath a second. And with the contracting out breath, also count to 1. Feel the last bit of air go out. And the next in breath, 2. Out breath, 2. In 3. Out 3. In 4. Out 4. In 5. Out 5. In 6. Out 6. In 7. Out 7. In 8. Out 8. In 9. Out 9. In 10. Out 10. As the breath goes out, follow that out breath down to the end. Feel the last bit of air go out. And then stay focused on that spot. No longer control the breathing. Let that pause be a little longer. Just let the breath start coming back in by itself. Keep your attention focused on the residual breathing. Discontinue any counting. Just feel the subtle movements of expanding and contracting. And keep your attention focused on the feel, the touch of the clothing rubbing against the stomach, the rib cage, your chest. As the breath is going in and out. Just make those little sensations. The breathing, your main focus of concentrated awareness. Just tuning into the 4 phases of each breath cycle. The expanding in-breath and the brief pause. The contracting out breath and the brief pause. Over and over and over again. Letting go of your thoughts, just let the thoughts come and go in the back of the mind. The outline of the breathing body in the front of the awareness. Like looking into a mirror. Feeling the breathing body. If you still have lots of thoughts, you can try counting the breaths again from 1 to 10 by yourself. To see if you can make it to 10 without either going to sleep, the mind getting carried away in thought. Breath by breath, moment by moment. Be like a scientist looking down through a microscope, observing the process of breathing. Try to notice how each breath is different, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter, Sometimes the pauses between the breaths are longer and shorter. It's called mindfulness of breathing. Breathing in, letting go of the past and future. Breathing out, sitting here and now. Especially with each out breath, just allowing the body and mind to relax more and more into the present moment. Feeling the subtlest sensation. Be alert for any thoughts trying to sneak up into the mind. Be heedful for thoughts arising. Let the thoughts come and go in the background. Feel more subtle life force vibrations in the breathing body. If you catch the mind lost in thoughts, recognize it as lost, lost. Take a deep, slow breath, bring the mind back into the body. Take a few deep, slow breaths to recenter, reawaken the breathing body. From time to time, take a few more deep, slow breaths. Re-energize the bloodstream. Help stay awake, centered in the present moment, in the breathing body, feeling more and more subtler sensations, vibrations, opening up to the flow of impermanence. If you know what the 5 aggregates are, you can try to pick them out, understand them. This is material form, this is feeling, that's perception, thoughts, ego consciousness. By identifying, you won't get carried away by them. Just spend the last few minutes of the meditation sending out thought vibrations of metta towards ourselves and all other living beings who are caught in the web of greed, hatred, and delusion. First of all, just keep your body and mind in the mind's eye. Take some deep, slow breaths. As you breathe in, hold the air in the lungs for several seconds. Feel that energy of the oxygenated blood going through all cells of the body, charging them up with wisdom energy. And on the out breath, feel that as a healing energy permeating all the cells of the body. Just take a few more deep breaths like that, developing this mindfulness. May I be well, peaceful, and wise. May I be free from excessive attachment and greed, anger or hatred, jealousy, envy, fear, pride, and ignorance. May I be free from the self-created pains and sufferings of body and mind due to such unskillful thought, speech, and action. May I have the patience, strength, mindfulness, and wisdom to meet and overcome all difficulties in life. May I be able to continue to deepen my practice of meditation and understanding of the Dhamma, to free the mind from remaining confusion and suffering. May I be well, peaceful, and wise. If you can, still take some deep, slow breaths, and with each out breath, imagine sending out these thoughts of metta going outwards to all your family members, friends, neighbors, people that you work with, and eventually all beings in the whole world. With each out breath, just imagine these waves of metta thoughts and vibrations going outwards with the idea that may all living beings, wherever they might be, living near or far away, the weak or the strong, famous or the obscure, may all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful, free from greed, hatred, fear, and ignorance. May they be free from the self-created pains and sufferings of body and mind due to their unskillful thought, speech, and actions. May all living beings have the patience, strength, mindfulness, and wisdom to meet and overcome all difficulties in life. And if they haven't already, may they have the opportunity to hear the teachings of the Dhamma, to learn and practice meditation, to help free their minds from self-created sufferings, confusion. May all beings be able to live peacefully and harmoniously together, understanding the ultimate interconnectedness and interdependence of all things. May all beings be well, peaceful, and wise. May all beings beings be well, peaceful, and wise. Just like a mantra reverberating throughout space. Well, peaceful, and wise. Now I invite you to join in chanting the word sadhu 3 times slowly. We do that on a long out breath, feeling those vibrations in the body and mind. So take a deep breath. Sadhu. Breathe. Sadhu. Breathe. Sadhu. Mindfully place your hands at the edge of your knees and take one more deep breath. As you breathe in, stretch your head back, pull against your knees against the hands to arch the spine. Lift the head up on an in-breath, and on the out-breath, press the chin to the top of the chest to stretch the neck vertebrae. Lift the chin up level on an in-breath, and relax on the out-breath. Put a smile on your face. Okay, friends, so this brings our evening of Dhamma discussion and meditation to an end. And I hope you're all able to have at least some periods of some calmness, some insights, and some motivation to continue your practice in the daily life. Remember, mindfulness a day keeps dukkha away. It means trying to practice the M&Ms. Every hour, come back to the present moment, take a few deep breaths. Bring back your understanding of Dhamma. So until we see each other again, be mindful, be well, be peaceful, be wise. And Namo Buddhaya.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Bhante.
You're welcome.